I was very nervous going into the Grand Lake Theater, but man, within the first 2 seconds of even being in there, the energy was it was electric, and people were so excited. And then, when the film started, the commentary in that theater is probably. I wish I could just go back in that time.
Welcome to Bitch Talk. I'm your host, Erin.
And I'm co-host Ange, aka Captain Party.
2026 brings us into our 13th year of podcasting, and we're proud to be here. Thank you to our followers and longtime listeners for voting us Best of the Bay Best Podcast for 3 years in a row, and to SF Film for adding us to the respected list of essential SF winners.
If this is your first time listening, where the hell have you been? But better late than never. We're like if the rap group Salt and Peppa met the show Grace and Frankie and had a baby. And if you don't understand what that means, ask Jeeves. And now, on with the show. Clink!
All right, we have co-writer, co-director, and executive producer of the film Splash City. We have Berner here with us. Berner, welcome to Bitch Talk.
Thank you for having me. I love the name, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We'll get to that later. But I want you to introduce the film to our audience who probably hasn't seen the movie just yet.
Yeah, Splash City is a crime thriller. It's raw, it's authentic, it's edgy. Based right here in San Francisco. It's about two brothers, with totally different pasts, and you kind of take your imagination from there.
Mm.
Yeah, so as we said, we're based in San Francisco, and you can definitely tell by watching this film that this was made by somebody from the city. It just reminded me how important it is for us to tell our own stories, because you can feel that authenticity. So can you talk about filming in San Francisco and like certain locations? It's like things we've seen before, but in a different light.
For sure, yeah. I mean, first of all, it was amazing because the city is so beautiful on camera. Second of all, like, I'm such a run and gun guy. I've never used to get permits for anything. I was just a renegade guy. But I realized that, in this process, you do have to have permits. I was very scared of it, but the city was super cool about it, and it was very easy to go. So I can capture beautiful things like, Victorian buildings in the background. I go into the Mission and Hampshire, like whatever it may be. Like, things look great on camera. So I'm really glad that we actually took the time to film in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Can you expand a little bit about that? Because you're born and raised here. So were you kind of integral into like finding locations, or did you have a location scout, or a little bit of both?
We had location scout. We were just trying to find things that were like going to be easy and smooth for us. There's a bunch of locations I wasn't able to get that I plan on doing the next few films, but it was our first round, our first go around with this, and I just feel like if I can have someone tap into certain neighborhoods and make it easy for us and find locations, just that would not be a headache. That's what we kind of went for on this one.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And as a local, bipping is a big part of this film, and it's triggering because it happens to all of us multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
But you made it also look really beautiful. Can you talk about the cinematography? And like, it's called Splash City, like the glass, it looked like water. Like it was so beautiful. Yeah. The cinematography of the bipping.
We wanted to bring it to life in a way that felt like you were in the whip, like some of the shots we got were kind of crazy. The way the glass would fly at the camera, like the way you see my homie's dread kind of slide while the glass is flying. It was we really thought it out, and we actually took the route of like using real glass. We didn't want to use candy glass or anything like that. We were running whips and popping windows and bringing them back to get fixed, and so it felt hella real because it was hella real. Like we had actors go pop a window and be like, "Oh my god, that was a rush!" Like, yeah. It's real. So, it was cool. Like, we made the glass really come to life in this film.
That was going to be my follow-up. Yeah, like how many cars and windows did you go through? That's crazy.
I don't know, man. Shout out to the homie out there in Vallejo. Let us run all the whips and go get the windows broken and fix them. It was like a weird little system. We bring the car in, pop the window, bring it to a shop, get it fixed, bring it back, get a new car. It was like a whole thing. And I mean, it was a mess, but it looks great, right?
It's authentic as fuck. Yes.
Yeah.
Can you talk more about the story and kind of the origin story for you in writing this and where it came from?
Yeah, my goal, this is kind of like a film school for me. My goal was like to come up with an idea, turn it into a script, put it on camera, and get it out. That was all I was thinking about. I'm like, okay, there's been certain stories I've been working on for many years in the back of my head that I want to execute when I have like all my shit all the way dialed in. But I was like, this one would be a good one for me to start with because, as you guys know, as San Francisco locals, the whole bipping thing was insane. It was a real deal situation. It was only happening here in the Bay Area. So I'm like, okay. I thought about New Jersey Drive and what that meant to that city. The whole stolen whip shit. And I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and bring my version of that. And I feel like the brother situation is super relatable. I know a lot of people have good homes and good role models, but one is just on their own hype, right? And so I feel like it's important for me to kind of show like what influence can do to somebody if you're around the wrong people, what you can get into. Also, it's very important for me to show like a petty crime, just because it's a petty crime by the law in San Francisco, can actually turn into something totally different. And that's what the problem is with it, by letting it just go the way it's been going. Because I'm glad that it's on a decline now, but people think, oh, he's just breaking the window, not a big deal. What if you robbed the wrong person for the wrong shit, and people start taking it personal? What if you're popping the window, someone starts shooting at you? So I kind of want that story to kind of come to life. Like this could be a big deal if it goes the wrong way. It
Mm-hmm.
could turn to other things.
Yeah, as soon as I started watching it, I got excited because I was like, you have to see the parallels between Boys in the Hood, movies that we grew up watching. And that
Hmm.
was also John Singleton's directorial debut. And he was interviewed and he was saying, like, the more specific you are with your story, the more universal it becomes. So, can you talk about the
Hmm.
specificity of being a city in San Francisco and sort of what people are going to take away from the culture, the lingo, the swag of the city?
We've been setting trends out here for a long. We've been setting trends out here for a long time, and I feel like we don't really get our props or our flowers. Also, like people only see one side of the city when they watch movies. It's like either Missed Out, Fire, Cuffs, or one of those old school films that used to be back in the days that looked so pretty. But and don't get me wrong, the city is beautiful. But there was an era of the city where it was not so gentrified. And it was a pretty wild place. That's what I grew up in. And my goal is kind of bring those stories to life. I hope that people want more Bay Area crime films. I hope that they want to know more about our city. And I have a lot more stories to tell, not just in this genre, but my goal is like, let me show the world the other side of SF. Like, we're a very like multicultural spot. Like, a lot of stuff happening here. A lot of crime happens here. There's definitely a different side of it than people see. So I just want to bring that to life.
Mhm.
Mm. I actually want to get into casting because I thought everyone, especially in the homies and also the brothers and the mom, can you talk about just the who casted? Were you in the room?
Yeah, because I put the money up on this thing, I was hands on with everything. I was super concerned about like the right actors, especially if we're gonna do like the first film like this from SF. It had to feel real. So we watched a bunch of tapes, and there was a bunch of people auditioning. Actually, like thousands of people.
Oh,
But the fun thing was the main character, not the main, one of the main characters, Dolo, and a couple other people were people I reached out to for background things. But they're like, no, we want to audition. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're local guys. I'm like, I don't really know if you know about acting, but they submitted their videos and it was a wrap. I'm like, oh my god, these guys got it. And I even butt head with my partners about like, we should get people with a bigger name. Like, nah, because like this is an underground film. We want to have people that represent the city, right? So we did go through a bunch of tastes, but for me it was more about like who's a local that can deliver on the acting side as well. So it feels authentic, but they're actually not giving like a poor performance. So we did a really good job. Shout out to the casting agent that kind of put the word out there. I found some other actors like Juju or the brother or whatnot. Like these are all people I looked at, and Slim, the fact he could ball played a big difference on why we selected him. He could ball. He looked like I found like the little trio, like the mom, Juju, and some like these look like they look like they could be related. These people look like they could be related. So and they're all doing really good auditions too. So it was a cool process.
Mhm. It just it's exciting to see another multi hyphenate artist from the Bay. So now that you've directed and written your first film, what was it like for you to see it go from like pen to paper to the big screen? Like, what did you learn about yourself as an artist throughout the process?
I just learned that like vision's everything. Like I doubled down on my vision with this. It was a big gamble. Like I said, I put the money up. I sat on it for almost 3 years. I didn't really know what was going to happen. There was times where we thought I was going to go on YouTube for free or whatnot. But the fact we were able to connect with Lionsgate, get the film all the way edited and done, and now see it in limited theater run. And we have a pretty big streaming partner. I'm not gonna say who it is yet, but it's life goal shit. It's like, okay, what I set out to do got done. I set out to create a story, put it in script form, shoot it, get it done, and get it out. And I'm like, okay, now that's done. I learned so much for this process. I'm excited about the next one because now I know exactly what I did wrong, what I'd like to do, different. And so I feel super excited about the whole process. It's unreal to see it out right now.
Yeah. I was going to say we have a lot of filmmakers that listen to this podcast and aspiring filmmakers. So what are the things you did learn and what things are you going to change the next time?
I want to be able to mobilize people a little different.
Mm.
As I feel like the logistics were a little tough in the city, just having everyone stay out here and having to move around. Like I want to dial that process in a little more. I need to find like a line producer I could really, really rock with that like is on the same page with me. Like this is our budget. This is what we're going to stick to because the budget ran away from me multiple times.
Oh.
And so I want to find a good line producer that's like the homie, not like looking at me like I'm gonna check. Like, nah, we're homies. We're gonna do this together. We're gonna win together. So finding a different line producer that can actually like really stay in budget is important to me. And then also just like next time I want to soak it up a little more while I'm making it. I was so stressed during this one because it was 15 days. I
Ooh.
couldn't really
Wow.
I couldn't really enjoy the process of making the film. I was so stressed out the whole time. Like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So maybe next time we take a little more time. Maybe we don't do a SAG union next time. Maybe I can actually have a little more freedom of like not so many rules or whatnot. But most importantly, what I learned was line producer to be dialed in with me and like actually really soak it up a little more because I kind of want to make sure I can enjoy the moment.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
points.
budget's everything. Like if you're making the film, you can have a big eye and a big vision and one, but then it starts costing big bread, especially when you're in a city
Yeah.
like San Francisco with a big crew. Like it can get a little dangerous real quick, you know?
Mm-hmm. So what was it like watching your first Bay Area audience watch the film? Was it stressful for you? And what feedback did you get?
Yeah, so I was more nervous than anything I've ever done because, we started off in Oakland, 640 people. I'm like, okay, I've been looking at this movie for about 3 years now. We didn't really know if it was tight or not anymore. We're like, what are we even doing here? We've been staring at it for so long. So we're kind of jaded about what it was that we had in our hands. I was like, okay, Oakland's going to be a tough crowd because it was the streets that pulled up. It wasn't like it was some fans of mine, but it was really a street thing. It was like really the streets of the Bay Area pulled up for this screening. So I'm like, okay, either they're going to hate it and just look at me like I fucked up or they're going to be super excited. So I was very nervous going into the Grand Lake Theater, but man, within the first 2 seconds of even being there, the energy was electric, and people were so excited. And then, when the film started, the commentary in that theater is probably. I wish I could just go back in that time. The commentary, the yelling, the laughing, the clowning, the screaming, the clapping, like that was the best feeling ever because I'm like, my area is fired up right now. So if I can get this stamp by Oakland, kind of gave me the validation I needed to go across the country. And now, coming back to debate, look, every single people have been fired up. But Seattle was fired up, Portland was fired up. Then by getting to Sacramento last night, it was like, oh, it's like Oakland again. Like people are super juiced. So it's cool to see that they enjoy it because we didn't really know. It's my first thing. It's my first film, and we didn't really know. We didn't really know what it was that we had in our hands because we've been looking at for so long. Yeah, so it was cool. Bay Area's super supportive. And this is a very critical market. Like people can criticize you and talk down, and we're a very small market. So I thought I was gonna get hated on, but look, knock on wood, it's all been positive feedback on this. And I'm super excited because it's my first one. I'm like, okay, I already know what I could have. I would sit here and criticize myself. I should have done it. But now I know, okay, if they love this, and 2 or 3 and 4 is about to be insane.
You're definitely catapulting a lot of careers too. Your
Yeah.
leads are stars. Really
Yeah,
incredible.
I believe so. Yeah.
Well, this conversation's been fun. Thank you for being on Bitch Talk, but we are going to get to kind of our favorite part of the interviews. This is a little section called This Bitch. So right now for you, who's this bitch?
Like, what is this bitch in my mind?
It could be something that's bringing you joy or something that's pissing you off.
I'd probably say my new house is that bitch right now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's bringing me joy.
Talk more. Say more.
Just got a new house. I got three babies under 3, so we had to move up a little bit and kind of get something new. But it's just my little passion project, like kind of dialing in, make sure the babies are happy, just get everything down. It was a project. We took on a project, so it's my joy, but it's also a pain in the ass. So I think that's the perfect example.
It's both. Nice.
Yeah.
It's like your film, right?
It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the movie Splash City, we've been speaking with the co-writer, co-director, and executive producer, Berner, born and raised San Francisco. Thank you so much for being on Bitch Talk.
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on today's show. You can find more information about this episode in our show notes.
If you're missing us, you can visit us at bitchtalkpodcast.com to sign up for our newsletter and buy us a cup of coffee.
Did you know we're also on the radio? You can find us at bff.fm.
And lastly, rate and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. All the cool bitches are doing it.